even though this feels so ridiculous to do this, I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though it feels so fucking ridiculous to come here and be having this conversation with myself, I deeply and completely, I accept that this is where I'm at today. I accept that this is what's weighing me down, and it's cool. I'm just going to be with it. Even though I feel fat, I deeply and completely love myself, accept that this is how I feel, and I forgive myself for feeling this way. I saw some footage of me and I was just thinking, like, I feel so fat. I feel like my belly's hanging out. I feel like my arms are flabby. I really don't like feeling this way. And I really don't like feeling this way when it seems like I've been having good eating practices and showing up and working out every day. It's really frustrating for me, especially after losing all of that weight with the parasite and being really skinny. I love the way that makes me feel. I love looking really muscular, and I love really looking lean, and I just feel like I don't look that way right now, and especially not on camera. I just felt in general like I was looking really busted, and it's true. I was wearing like an outfit that was not flattering, which I'm still wearing now, and my hair was done in a way that was really unflattering, which I'm still got going on now. And I just felt like, like I look so ugly, and not just ugly, like I look like I've gained a lot of weight back. And even though I feel like I'm way less lovable if I've gained any weight at all, I accept that this is where I'm at today, and I accept that this is what I'm dealing with, and I love myself anyway. Even if I don't really feel anything when I say I love myself anyway, I accept that this is where I'm at today. I accept that I kind of want to roll my eyes when it comes to loving myself, even though I'm fat. I'm so frustrated. I wish I just had a parasite all the time. I accept that the only time I've ever weighed that little, I accept that the only time in my literal life, including when I had an eating disorder, that I've ever seen my abs to that degree was because I had a parasite undiagnosed for 2 weeks. I accept that I love parasite body. I accept that I wish I had parasite body, even if it meant having a parasite all the time. I accept that I fucking love having a parasite. What an ideal existence for me, to eat nothing but but a pint of blueberries and yogurt every day and not be hungry for anything else. But the truth is that I was really sad towards the end of that parasite. I was really sad that I felt like I couldn't eat, and it wasn't a happy existence for me, and it wasn't a healthy existence for me either. I accept that I have some really a history of unhealthy patterns with food, and I accept that how I feel about myself when I'm skinny is just like, like I'm so great, like I'm so disciplined. But the truth is that it's not that discipline got me down to a weight that low. It's that parasites got me to weight down that low. And parasites are not that good for you. Although if I could find a parasite in a pill to take and not drink poop water on accident, then I would, definitely be doing that all the time. Even though I loved myself, I loved my body more when I had a parasite that was literally making me sick, I deeply and completely accept that that's just where I'm at today, and that's the truth of where I'm at today, and I can be truthful with that. Even though it feels like so shallow, or that I should be more evolved than this, or that I should be the type of person where it's like, I don't even think about my body at all. I fucking do, and I love fashion, and I love looking good. But I understand that the reason why I was feeling busted as a whole, and then the looking fat just came up. I accept that I always look fat in these shorts, that I always look kind of heavy in the belly. I accept that asking Patrick if I've gained weight was a really bad idea, and then more specifically being like, where have I gained weight? I also accept that was a bad idea, because Yeah, of course I've gained weight from when I had a parasite and didn't eat for 2 weeks. I accept that not eating for 2 weeks will get me the result that I was looking for, but I also accept that never in my life have I been able to not eat for 2 weeks, and that that's not really a smart thing to do, is to not eat for 2 weeks. I accept that I've got some really deep issues with, I accept that I've got some deep issues, obviously, with food. I accept that when my issues with food are healed, that I really won't think about my body at all. I accept that I've only ever gotten the body that I always wanted when I had a parasite. And I also accept that when I was that skinny, I was pretty embarrassed because I didn't have anything to dance with anymore. And that really sucked. I really very much like having abs that were completely flat, but I had no butt. I had legs that looked like a 14-year-old, and I didn't really like the way that I looked. I felt like my belly skin was sagging, and I found something to hate about myself when I was as skinny as I'm wishing I was now. I accept that it doesn't really matter what my weight is, because I will always find something wrong with myself on a bummer day. And I accept that I don't feel this way all the time, but today I do feel like that, and it's okay for me to feel this way. It's okay for me to feel fat some days. Just because I feel fat some days doesn't mean I am fat some days. Just because I feel busted some days doesn't mean that I am busted. It just means that I put on an ugly outfit and watched the kids all morning and then turned the camera on and didn't like the way that I look. I put on an outfit that I'm still wearing that I know I don't like, and was like, oh man, why am I so busted with my hair in 2 scrunchies and my fucking shit hanging out? I accept that this is where I'm at today, and I love myself, and I can laugh at myself, and every day I'm showing up and doing the best I can. Every day I'm doing the diet that I know works for me, which is listening to my body when it says, yo, feed me this. I accept that the last few nights of dinner I've been sending Patrick so he could go have personal time to eat outside, because that's what his human design looks for. But I accept that I've been eating the baby's food again, and when I eat the baby's food instead of making myself a plate and treating myself with that honor and that reverence, I do usually have a belly that seems pretty unhappy with me. I know that there's room to improve with my eating, but that there's room to improve in a healthy way that's not coming from a desire to change how I am or who I am. I accept that it was an overall conspiracy. Just because I feel fat today doesn't mean I am fat. Just because I had a day where I came last, where I came after everybody else, and I'm just getting my me time in at the very end of the day, I don't need to add to this any unnecessary suffering. I choose a different experience for the rest of my day. I choose to change my outfit, to look fabulous, and to go finish out the rest of the day, and to have a dinner that I love, not something that I'm squeezing in while watching TV with the fucking kids climbing all over me. I now choose to bring a better ritual to my eating, a ritual that's queenly, a ritual that is as queenly as Patrick's eating ritual is kingly, that I deserve a beautiful plate just the same way that he gets a beautiful plate. I accept that any kind of weight result that I'm looking for was not a result of me being fucking disciplined. It was a result of me being sick. Whether it was with a parasite or whether it was with an eating disorder, it wasn't coming from a healthy place. But I can have a body I love that's totally coming from a healthy place. And just because I feel fat today doesn't mean that I need to switch to a lifestyle of discipline and restriction and deprivation, because that's never worked anyway. When I'm happy, my body is happy. And when I am putting myself last, my body puts me last. I now choose to put me first. And on days where it feels like everybody comes first before me, if there's one thing that I can control, If there's one thing that I can control in a day where everybody else comes first around me, I can control what I put into my body, and I can make sure that what I put into my body comes from a place of love, does not come from a place of rushing and feeling like I'm so busy taking care of everybody else that I can't even sit down and put some fuel into my body. I'm now ready to choose a pattern of eating and a pattern of feeding myself that's rooted in love, that's not rooted in me trying to change myself, because the truth is that I'm fucking beautiful, and that my body is fucking beautiful, and that the feeling that I had today of feeling fat is just me putting words to the feeling of not putting myself first at all today, and having to wait in line for everybody else to get theirs. And that's just how I feel when I haven't taken any time to really love myself, when I haven't really gotten my day together. Even though I feel fat today, this is not how I feel all the time, and just because I feel fat doesn't mean that I am fat. I love myself, and I'm taking really good care of myself, and I have been taking really good care of myself for a long time. Just because I had a day where I was on the back burner does not mean that I need to rag on myself for being undisciplined or not working hard enough for the body of my dreams. I am not only working hard enough, but I'm doing enough, and I really am enough. I now choose to love my body the same way that my body loves me, and to give my body the things that it loves and not the scraps from other people's plate. I deserve to have what I love, not just when it comes to food, but when it comes to all areas of my life. And when I get what I love with food, I get what I love in life. And if I even just have one practice a day that says, Mommy Onami gets whatever she loves, Mommy Onami gets whatever she loves. If she wants it, she gets it. Even if there's nowhere else that I can do this in my life, I can do this with my food. I am at the top of the food chain. I have the time, and I can get what I love, and it begins with the food that I put into my body. So what do I want to eat for dinner? I want a nice chilled salad with cold shrimp that I can enjoy in peace and quiet, with a nice cold drink, and no kids climbing out of me, and no one rushing me to finish eating, and I will look forward to that. I will watch everybody else eat their dinner without picking off of their plate as if my dinner is never going to come to me. I'm fucking done eating the scraps off other people's plate. I am a queen. I am the queen of the household. The queen doesn't eat scraps off other people's plate because she doesn't even have time to eat. This queen has time. Everybody in our family wants to give me time to eat. It's me rushing myself and eating fucking pasta with butter off of my kids' plates when I don't even fucking want it, when there's something else that I want. And then eating what I want on top of a fucking belly that's not even hungry for it anymore. I'm fucking done with this pattern. It seriously fucking sucks. And then it makes me feel like shit about myself, which makes me feel like, oh, if I'm feeling so shitty about myself, I should just fucking keep sabotaging with the things that make me feel shitty. I choose to continue to do the things that make me feel good. Working out makes me feel good. Coming here and being real with myself makes me feel good. I deserve the best, and I get to have the best. I know what I want. I get to have it tonight, and because of that, I'm just looking forward to the rest of my life. I love my body, and my body loves me. I love my body, and my body loves me back. I literally do love my body, and my body does love me back, and my body communicates to me with cravings, and all I have to do is ask my body, as the vehicle that I'm spending my entire life with, hey, what do you want? Because you can have anything that you want. You deserve anything that you want. You are an amazing home to me. You are an amazing vehicle for me. You get it. Without you, I would have no body. I would have no life. I am so grateful that I get to experience my life in such a good looking body. And because of that, I just want to give you the best. You deserve the best. I love you, body. I for real love you, body. I'm not just bullshitting. I'm not fucking saying this for the camera. I for real love you, body. And I know that you love me back. I love the way that you take care of me. I love this relationship that we're in. And I promise to put you first. Me having a day where I feel fat is not a sign that I should put you last. It's a sign that it's time for you to come first. It's time for you to get the dinner that you love. It's time for you to be treated as well as you treat your children and your husband and everybody else that comes into your path. Thank you for showing me this. Thank you for this fat day. Thank you for showing me that I deserve to come first. Thank you for showing me that this is what my life gets to look like. Thank you for this fat day. Thank you for these ugly ass short and these pink scrunchies. I now choose to look better, feel better, be better, and have a wonderful dinner at the end of the night because I deserve it.